Awesome. How's everybody doing today? You guys make money, lose money, take no trades? Let me know in the chat real quick. Okay. I see some losses. I see some greens. I see some break evens. Okay, so hopefully what I go over in today's trades helps you guys kind of look for in your trades. So the very first trade was actually on Airbnb. Now in the morning, I ended up missing this reject. It was a little lower probability of a reject on NQ and QQQ. And I was looking at it, but I just didn't end up entering the puts up here. So if we take yesterday's high down to yesterday's low, you can see we smacked that 50% retracement and came right back down into the 50% retracement from here to here, right? And we're going to talk about why we took QQQ, because this had a huge role in why we ended up taking it. Very first trade I want to talk about was Airbnb. This was a nice scalp to the upside. It wasn't anything crazy. I mean, we got up to that 149.40, but was ideally looking for that 149.7 plus the 0 DTEs. I mean, the contracts moved a decent amount from our entry, right? So the whole reason behind this trade was somebody asked me about it in the live stream this morning. I go live on my YouTube every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And I liked the overall daily time frame, right? Nice little push. We broke above this high right here. I was thinking, okay, if we could build a base above this 50% retracement right here, maybe we could get some more upside. So as the market opened, I just saw that it pushed to the upside. Now, as we see right here, what do we have? A bull flag, right? If we take the opening low down to the opening high, what do we also have on that third bar pullback? 61.8% retracement, which I love, right? So we had to enter with a 50% stop loss at first, just because the spreads were kind of whack. But overall, I mean, we pretty much smacked the exact bottom, and then this thing started to break out to the upside. We caught a nice little scalp. But yeah, again, ideally was looking for that high day. Unfortunately, we just didn't get it. It was still a green trade. So hopefully you guys caught it. The whole reasoning, again, 5-minute bull flag, pull back to 61.8. Typically, the third bar is going to give you your entry bar, right? So as it started to come back up, we got long and we were able to catch a nice scalp to the upside. Yeah, and I was pretty clear about when it was pulling back. I said I had the 150 calls pulled up. So that was trade number one. And then trade number two was actually the SPY puts with Savage and Grizzly. So ideally what I was looking for, I didn't add down here. I was looking for an add closer to the 50 or 61.8% retracement. And we broke through the 50, which is why you don't see it on the screen right now. But I actually added as SPX was getting closer to 45.50. I believe it was 45.50 because Savage, 45.50 said he was going to test some puts up there. And I was looking at this and I was like, okay, maybe it's just setting up for an inverse ABCD continuation to the downside, because as we can see, if we take this high over here to the low over here, we rejected that 61.8% retracement right in the morning. So we tried to break above it, failed, came right back, and then price pulled to the downside. So I was looking at this and I was like, okay, we haven't gotten a decent pullback yet, which typically that first pullback is going to be the one that we want to short. As we get the next leg down and then another pullback, the odds of it continuing to, do what it did here just decreases. So I really like that first pullback. So I was watching it as price started to come up towards this 21 EMA on the 5-minute and SPX towards that 45.50. That's when I decided to try some puts, right? And we were able to catch this beautiful move to the downside as well. Now, the final trade is as SPY was dropping to the downside, and again, was very vocal about this. I said QQQ is coming down towards my bounce, right? So if we zoom out to the 1-hour time frame, and we can just go ahead and delete all of this. Yesterday, I gave you guys the exact bottom on QQQ. Pivot low, pivot high, right? At this 375, 63, 69 area. Hold on. There we go. 375.69. That's that pivot low to pivot high. So as the market dropped yesterday, came right down to it, missed it by 3 cents. Sorry, I was 3 cents off, everybody. I apologize. And bounced right back to the upside. Same thing with NQ. If we head on over to NQ, right? That same exact spot was at this 15,563. Price slightly broke below it down to 15,547 and then reclaimed it. So in my morning live stream this morning, I said I'm interested in QQQ in this area for a bounce and QQQ at this 375.69. I might have even put that in my watch list. Yeah. Bounced off a major fib yesterday at 375.7 was in my watch list. So I didn't say I'm watching it for a bounce, but in the live stream, I did bring that up. So as price was flushing to the downside and we had this major drop, if this was my first trade of the day, maybe probably wouldn't have taken it. But because I already had those Airbnb profits and the SPY profits, I was willing to risk a little bit of it, right? So because price flushed to the downside and we are coming down to yesterday's low, plus that 50% retracement, that is why I tried QQQ calls, because the risk to reward was there, right? And our stop loss was below 375.6. So as we came down and we started to react off the level, that's when we got long and we caught this nice little pop up into 376.8. So around like a 80 cent pop to the upside. The contracts moved beautifully off of that pop right there. Unfortunately, we didn't catch all that, but this was still beautiful. So, and I said that this definitely is counter trend because it was a pretty strong move to the downside. But again, that risk to reward was just too good. We already had 2 winning trades. Worst case scenario, I gave back a little bit of my profits today, but yeah, that was the reasoning behind all 3 trades today. Hopefully that helped you guys out.